Rory Maxwell, the CEO of Pri0r1ty Intelligence Group. Rory, great to be catching up with you. How are things?
Yeah, I'm well, thank you, Mark. How are you?
Yes, very good, thank you. So I just want to catch up on this morning's news, which is obviously really good to see. So Metric has signed a contract with a jewelry brand, Untamd. I guess it's abbreviated, but I guess that's the how you would sort of say the name there. So just go through this agreement first of all, how it came about, what it means to the company. Then we'll get on to Halfspace.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Mark. So we're really excited about this agreement. As the RNS outlines, it takes the business into a new sector for us in the premium retail category in the jewelry sector. The principal basis behind why Untamd have contracted Metric and to the same degree World Aquatics with Halfspace as well, to that same tune, is the basis of our positioning that data-driven technology capabilities at the foundation of their businesses will help drive optimal marketing and commercial growth. So that's the really big important part of why our solution was appealing to Untamd. They liked that positioning, that we were going to be driving more scalable data capture, but feeding that directly into marketing activities. So what I mean by that is that two of our core SaaS-based proprietary products will be deployed across the Untamd tech infrastructure. So that is firstly Compass ID, which sits across effectively their website, but it can be deployed across other digital touch points as well. And in addition, Sonar. And Sonar focuses on community management on social media, providing natural language querying capability, automated analytics on their content distribution, their engagement with audiences, so that they can profile how their brand is resonating across social platforms in real time. So those two products principally form the data capture capability, which is then helping to inform how we support them on brand strategy, on the use of the data we're capturing in terms of exporting those data sets into media planning and buying so that they can target more optimal customers, and into areas like partnerships capabilities. So the influencer space, for example, being really important in that community management piece as to how these brands grow and build up their kind of brand equity. So that's it's a really good example of how the SaaS-based products provide the data that directly informs the broader marketing services that are present within the group, and why we like the deal.
Well, it sounds perfect. I mean, we did a podcast, part of an AI series that we are launching over the next few weeks with Dan G from Pri0r1ty, and we went through all the different products that you offer. And indeed, this sort of social listening, understanding your audience on social media sounded like a real big, pond that you could go and fish in, really. What a really good data solution here for AI. So Untamd sounds like the perfect client. Halfspace then with World Aquatics, is that a similar arrangement you've got with them?
It is pretty similar, yeah, in terms of both the products that I mentioned with Untamd. So Compass ID and Sonar are also being deployed for World Aquatics. So very similar in that sense, in the way that we are looking at consolidating the data off those two different platforms for World Aquatics. The output for World Aquatics is a little bit different to Untamd. The output for World Aquatics is much more focused around revenue driving distribution of content, i.e. effectively, how can they bring brand partners and new sponsors in to invest alongside the content they distribute across social media for their events on a global basis, their World Aquatics events across all the formats that they govern on a global basis. And Sonar will allow us and Compass ID to help World Aquatics present a more detailed picture about who their fan base is, who those audiences are globally, and for us to then monitor the kind of impact that their content has across all social channels, and therefore help optimize the quality of that content so that it's delivering not only fan base growth for World Aquatics, but also delivering value for the advertisers that are going to sit alongside that content.
Okay. Excellent. And how customized is the solution for both these new clients here? Is it a sort of an off-the-shelf solution, or is it fully customized? How quickly are you going to be able to integrate into their businesses?
It's an off-the-shelf solution. It's deployed very, very quickly. We customize their own front-end platform so that their primary natural language querying capability, their interface is obviously built for them specifically. But that's really a branding exercise. The actual deployment of the product is very much automated and off the shelf.
Okay. Excellent. Good. Well, I noted in the ONS that you said both these contract wins represent significant business momentum and entry into new sectors. So I think when it comes to Pri0r1ty, now you've sort of got your tech solution. I'm sure that will continue to keep evolving, but really it's about sales, isn't it? And just getting those contracts in the door. So I don't know if you can disclose, you probably can't, what these two wins are worth, or whether we have to wait until there's some official quarterly announcement. But if you can't mention that, just give us a sense of how it works in the background with sort of hitting the phones, getting sales in, and your strategy really to continue that momentum.
Yeah, sure. That's right. We couldn't divulge financials around these specific agreements, the sensitive information for the client specifically, and in the context of our overall performance. Further updates will follow in all likelihood at the end of the quarter, as you mentioned there, Mark, on how we're performing at the start of this financial year. But broadly speaking, you're absolutely right. This is about just increasing the number of customers that we are landing into the Pri0r1ty business. We have got a really strong pipeline and one that continues to grow significantly. That is leveraging the expertise within the business. You've seen with the win of Untamd, for example, into the premium retail sector. It's an area that we have some experience within our team. Obviously, you're aware through the acquisition of Halfspace, there's a significant level of experience in the sports sector as well. So in those areas of entertainment, of media, of sport, and now into premium retail and lifestyle, the business has always been well positioned, and we continue to deploy a dedicated sales force on driving as many leads as we possibly can into our funnel, into our pipeline. And that's increasingly going to be supported by growth in our marketing activities as well, so that we are effectively driving a much more scalable inbound SaaS-based demand to the products as we roll them out. So it will be a mixture of really continuing to push the acquisition channels on the SaaS basis, alongside as well our sales of the SaaS products through the consultative capabilities that we also provide, on which there's a really good pipeline, and in which should ensure that we've got plenty more of the announcements like we have just made to follow in the not too distant future.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for your time. So I look forward to seeing some more contract wins and chatting to you about them. But for now, Rory Maxwell, CEO of Pri0r1ty Intelligence Group, thank you for your time.
Thanks for your time, Mark. Bye.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like, or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter, and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.